Assalamualaikum and hi. My name is Nur Shamim binti Muhammadin. The company that we choose to assess was Grab Holding Incorporation, or was known as Grab. The company was founded by two Malaysians, which is Anthony Tan and Tan Hoi Ling in 2012. They developed an app known as My Taxi app that was based in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. These brands keep on developing and was rebranded as Grab in year 2014 and changed their headquarters to Singapore. Grab operates not only in Malaysia and Singapore, but also in several Asian countries such as Cambodia, Thailand, Vietnam, Indonesia, Philippines, and Myanmar. The company operates their apps by assigning their private hire cars or taxi drivers to the nearby passenger through a location sharing system. As the time goes by, they develop other services like Grab Car, Grab Food, Grab Mart, and Grab Express.
Hi, my name is Noizati. Risk identification is the first process after all because we need to know any possibility that can cause harm and prevent it from occurring frequently. We identify these existing risks under Grab company. First, fraud always happens in this company. Usually it happens because of dishonesty and carelessness of the individual. The loss that needs to be faced by the driver or rider of Grab would loss of income and may be suspended or dismissed. Second, accidents happen because of the conditions of the road and vehicles, speeding while delivering customers food or things, and the conditions of weather may be the causes. This would lead to death or disability, bodily injury, property damage, and so on. Third, being exposed to an unfortunate event such as being chased by wild animals like dogs, monkeys, and others. This can happen to accidents, bodily injury, and medical costs. Fourth, disruptions of the app system. It happens because of the low quality of the system. This can lead to abruptly being terminated from work, income will be affected, and orders are slowing down. Next, potential risks that rarely happen in Grab company. First, robbery. It happens because the individual is not aware of the surroundings. The losses that need to be faced are death, property loss, and the occurrence of a disability. Second, infectious diseases occurring because of poor hygiene and loss of work concern. This may lead to loss of income, low performance, and medical expenses. Third, natural disasters such as floods, landslides, and others. Basically, it is caused by conditions of weather. From this peril, it may lead to property damage, loss of income, and poor health. Lastly, economic recession. It happens because of the poor management from Grab company or economic conditions. This may lead to loss of income, wage rates are being reduced, and limited working hours for the rider or driver of Grab services.
Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. My name is Adlawada binti Syaimi and I present about risk evaluation. The process of comparing an estimated risk to certain risk criteria is known as risk evaluation. Why is risk evaluation important in business? It is because it can assist in evaluating the potential danger that may occur and using it to establish control measures. A risk evaluation can assist in determining how risk will impact business asset and how the organization will implement measures to limit or eliminate the effect of hazard on business asset. All listed in the previous part is the potential peril, hazards, and loss that could happen in Grab Holdings, as they offer ride-hailing services, hence there are numerous possible risks that could occur. In order for Grab Holdings to evaluate all the potential risks, first, they need to categorize them by using the degree of risk, which is frequency and severity. Frequency is a measure of how often an event occurs on average during a unit of time. Severity is the extent of the damage to the institution, people, and goal, the objective result from a risk event occurring. Second, they need to know the level of risk, which can be classified into two, which is high or low frequency and high or low severity. According to the table, to evaluate the risk, we need to refer the identification risk and evaluate the risk by categorizing it using a degree of risk, which is high or low frequency and high or low severity. Based on the table, we combine existing risks and potential risks in one table of the degree of risk. We will read from vertical to horizontal in the first column. Both degrees of risk are high in frequency and severity. The perils of fraud, accidents, and infectious disease. The hazard occurs frequently and the severity is high because it has the potential to cause serious injuries or death. For the following column, where the frequency is low and has high severity, the perils that involve are economic recession, robbery, and natural disaster. These hazards are classed as low frequency and high severity because they are probable to occur but rarely do, and when they do, they cause excessive property damage and cost more money than anticipated. The perils in the second column is exposed to unfortunate events in which the level of risk is high in frequency and low in severity. The unpleasant occurrence caused by wild animals are common during delivery since the driver is always in a rush to catch the time, and when the accidents occur, the driver is severely wounded. In the last column, the perils is a disruption app system. The degree of risk is low frequency and low severity. The severity of this hazard is low since there is no risk of injury when it occurs, because it only occurs at a specific period when the system is down or of low quality.
Hi, I'm Shaza and I will continue to present the next part. In this part, we'll be focusing on which risk management techniques that are most suitable to be applied to our risk that has been identified in the previous part. And this will be mainly based on Grab profitability impact as a whole company and also other aspects such as legal aspects. Firstly, we will look at the definition of each technique. In risk avoidance, this technique used to lower risk by avoiding risky activities. Although it is extremely difficult to remove all hazards, it enables you to reduce particular risks that could lead to a costly litigation or monetary penalty. Next, in risk reduction, this technique lowers the probability and severity of a potential loss. In risk retention, it is actually a premeditated decision by an organization to manage its adverse risk internally rather than outsource it to another third party. Therefore, the organization risk is self-funded and also managed. Lastly, in risk transfer, this technique includes a third party where risk is transferred to them. That is, the transfer of risk involves one party accepting the obligations of the other party.
A risk matrix is essentially a tool that can help you understand the risks your organization faces and their overall likelihood and severity in a visual way. There are tables that show the likelihood of risks occurring along the y-axis and the severity of their consequences along the x-axis. Each axis follows a scale of very low to very high. The risks that Grab company could face are placed within the risk matrix depending on where they fall on this scale. This helps you determine level of risk. Different level of risk require different risk management technique, which Grab Holdings can refer to as a risk matrix. Standard risk matrix can be classified based on risk level and their color codes. The color codes are classified into 4 levels on the basis of their score or calculation. The first one is very high risk level, which the color is red. Secondly is high risk level, the color is orange. Thirdly, medium or moderate risk level, the color is yellow. And lastly is low risk level, which the color is green. Thank you.
Based on the table, we have identified the best risk management technique to be used on each existing and also potential risk that might be encountered by our chosen company, which is Grab Holdings. Firstly, in high frequency and high severity, we have identified the best risk management technique that can be used is risk reduction. As defined in risk reduction, reducing the chance from those perils that could occur such as fraud can help Grab Holding to reduce the loss that might happen. Next, for risk transfer, accidents that happen can be transferred to another party such as an insurance company. According to Grab Holdings website, they claim that they are the first in the industry to insure passengers and drivers above the compulsory commercial insurance for vehicles. Prioritizing passengers and driver safety, they do provide insurance cover for any accident that might occur. Furthermore, in risk avoidance, we have identified infectious disease as one of the perils to completely avoid it from happening. As now the pandemic of COVID-19 is still concerning the worldwide, drivers from Grab Holding need to make sure that these perils completely be avoided by following all the standard of procedure that has been established by authority. For high frequency with low severity, risk reduction is the most suitable risk management technique that could be used in order to reduce perils such as being exposed to unfortunate events. Next, in low frequency with high severity, we have identified risk retention as the best risk management for all three perils, which is economic recession, robbery and also natural disaster, as the outcome of this loss from this peril is quite concerning even though these perils can be likely happen in Grab Holdings. Therefore, we conclude that the company itself will likely accept this risk and manage it in the way they could. Other than that, in low frequency with low severity, perils such as disruption to the app system can be avoided with risk management technique of risk avoidance. The best way they can do is to avoid it from happening, and these perils rarely occur for the Grab, especially in their mobile apps.
For recommendation, first, we recommend the company to provide a good quality of safety suit for the rider. This will reduce the impact or the injuries to the rider if they were involved in accident. Second, since the pandemic COVID-19 hit us, we recommend the company to change their system completely to cashless system. This will make sure that the workers and the customer don't need to have any direct contact and avoid the spreading of the virus to the workers. Last but not least, we recommend the company to provide life insurance for their workers. By having life insurance, the workers or their family will be less burdened when accidents that cause injuries or death happen. In conclusion, this company faces with a lot of risks, and most of their risks have the high severity. They need to take action in order to reduce the risk and the losses in the future. We hope that with this assignment, the company can give the benefits to themselves and their employees.